2 universities, 2 presidents.
I was chosen by my teammates to be president, and it almost gives me a mandate. I know that they believe in me, and that gives me confidence.
Yeah, you are their leader, but it's a play between the coach and the coaching staff, trainers, and the athletes themselves. And athletes always want to know what their coaches are thinking and vice versa.
And Steve Dudek's first task, to issue the challenge.
You're interacting with the Oxford guys for the first time. You're sizing them up, of course.
On behalf of Cambridge University Boat Club, I challenge Oxford University Boat Club to an 8-oared race.
I think all of us, everyone who comes here tonight, will leave a little bit more motivated, and we'll train a little bit harder tomorrow morning because of it.
Howard's Oxford squad had returning blues, a world champion in Storm Uru, and a man who had never lost the boat race, Constantine Laludis.
I do feel like I have a record I need to protect. I've won 2 races, and ultimately, I want to leave Oxford having never lost the race.
Against the strength of Oxford, Cambridge looked raw and untested. Now trial 8s loomed. Teammates would become rivals in the pursuit of a seat in the blue boat.
Trial 8s, you're looking for people to start stepping up.
Trial 8 is about putting us in a situation as similar to the boat race as possible. Both boats want to go out there and win to prove themselves to the coaches.
For Cox, Ian Middleton, it proved a testing time. He steered into a marker buoy, effectively handing the race to his rival, Arav Gupta.
You have a lot of frustrated rowers and one very frustrated coxswain, and they need to be picked up and reminded that this is just trial 8s and it's time to move on.
At least Cambridge had competed. Thanks to illness, Oxford never even got on the water. Their tideway trial would have to wait until after winter training in France, where hard decisions would have to be made.
Anytime that there's selection, people get stressed about it. There's going to be emotions. There's going to be 8 guys who are upset that they didn't make the blue boat, and that's just the reality of selection and the reality of sport.
This was a time to test combinations, and with Storm Uru injured, Yorkshireman Joseph Dawson seized his chance in the bow seat, alongside Tom Watson, 3 times a trialist, but never a blue.
It's great to be considered for the top boat. I've been in a position before where I've been able to row in that boat and ended up backing the ISIS seat, so I know what I need to do to improve.
In Spain, Cambridge found that success in trial 8s guaranteed nothing. Arav Gupta was losing ground to Ian Middleton at Cox, while American Luke Juckett, who'd tasted defeat in Putney, was thriving on competition in the squad.
Off the water, great guys are my friends. On the water, I'm going to beat you.
We've got a huge challenge. We're massive underdogs this year. Hopefully, come race day, we're in a position to actually put up a good fight.
January, the first day of term, and finally, Oxford's trial 8s.
It's an opportunity to, show your teammates that you deserve to be in that boat.
Joseph Dawson continued to press his case for selection, with world champion Storm Uru still absent. How long could the coaches wait for the Kiwi?
If it's somebody who you know a lot about and you know that they can perform at a level, then yes, you can wait quite a while for that person.
This is my 3rd year trialling now, but it's a very, very competitive squad. It could be up to perhaps 8 people looking for 2 seats.
Veteran Tom Watson had never made the blue boat, and now he had a new rival for one of those precious seats, Chris Fairweather, whose crew triumphed today.
In terms of selection, I feel like I've given what I have. I'm not disappointed with anything I've done.
In Cambridge, Luke Juckett was looking secure in a settled lineup, except at Cox, where 3 were battling for just 1 seat.
The uncertainty does keep you on your toes, and that just does create a bit more pressure every time you turn up to the session.
With race day just weeks away, change was coming at Oxford. Joseph Dawson had a fight on his hands. Storm Uru was back in contention.
Nothing's changed from the way I was in the national team to the way I am here. And you always focus on the next thing rather than the overall goal, because otherwise you get lost.
Next up, race fixtures. Both presidents would need to manage the pressure in the squads as never before.
People don't talk to you in the same way as they used to. They're aware that they're not talking to just a rower any longer. They're aware that what they say and think is likely going to make its way back to the coaching staff.
If someone comes up to me being like, why am I not getting a shot for the blue boat? I'll be straight up with them. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
So after 6 brutal months, the weigh-in. For Cambridge, the tenacious Luke Juckett would row at 3, while Ian Middleton would guide the Cambridge challenge at Cox. There was no room in the Oxford crew for Joseph Dawson, as Storm Uru was selected at bow. And in the two-seat was Chris Fairweather, meaning Tom Watson's dream was over, at least for today. Flooding in Oxford had disrupted coach Sean Bowden's programme, and delayed tests had forced a late change.
It's never nice telling people that their best isn't good enough, but because we had some outright performance tests on the water, it's always easy to pick the guy who just is the quickest.
And that was Tom Watson. Chris Fairweather had lost his seat.
Chris is a really good rower and a great friend, so try not to think about too much as me versus another person. Just try and do your best on the day.
And on race day, the presidents are part of united crews once again.
There are 8 other guys around me who are going to do anything they possibly can to win. They will kill themselves for me, and that's something that it commands your respect and your effort.
It's the guy behind me, it's the guy in front of me that motivates me, that keeps me going.